All right, guys, so we're going to have a fun one today. We're going to be talking about Adrian Morrison. You've probably seen this guy before, and the reason why you're probably looking him up is because he hooked you in on an ad that was like, hey, I dare you to let me buy your shop or to build your Shopify store. What he's essentially done is become an affiliate for Shopify. We'll go ahead and get into that here in a second. But the main reason you're watching this video, the main reason you're even entertaining the idea of him is because you're looking to make money online. And I totally get it. I was in your guys' same shoes like 5 years ago, just itching to find a way to make some kind of money on a side hustle. I didn't have to make, 10, 15, 20 grand a month or 50 grand a month like all these, gurus are saying that you have to do today, or else like you're a failure at life and you're failing your family. I hate it when they do that. But what I did was I found out a way to basically make money by building little, crappy little websites and ranking those on Google. So for example, if we look up here, Noblesville Tree Services, this is my website right here. I've been number one for over 5 years now with this specific site. And all it did was it took me 6 to 8 weeks of applying some basic SEO strategies. The site isn't anything special, but when people type it in, I'm the first one they go to because I'm the number one result. I'm sure you would do the same thing. Like you go to the number 1, 2, or 3 spots, right? And the website itself, all I did was, put a good amount of information on there, like accurate information about these different trees and everything like that. And when people see it, they're like, okay, this looks, authoritative. So they click on this phone number and go straight to the contractor. And the contractor fulfills the work, and then I just get a little cut of the action. And if you guys want to learn more about how I do this, just go ahead and check out this link right here. I'll have it for you in the description below. But it basically just goes over how I do it and how I replicate it, over and over again until it gets to a point of like unmanageableness for me, and then I just kind of call it a day. But anyways, back to Adrian Morrison. So you've seen this guy before, and his whole shtick, like he used to be a course creator, right? And he did that for quite a while. He had different packages, all the upsells in the world, as you can imagine. But I think he realized, and this is happening to a lot of these gurus now, they realize that the guru marketing space is kind of going down. What I mean by that is people are sick of seeing these like fake courses and lifestyles, so some of them are making the shift, Adrian being one of them. So what he decided to do was take his following, which he has, 395,000 followers on Instagram alone, and he decided, well, I'll just monetize my audience by partnering with Shopify like he did, and getting people to let him build their site. And so he has a pretty hard sell in his ads where he's just like, oh, you let me build your site for free. You just sign up for Shopify. And how he's making his money is Shopify essentially paying him because he's bringing people to their platform. So in a way that is, kind of ethical, because he's not charging thousands and thousands of dollars like he has before, but it is misleading in the sense that, and as you'll see here in a second, there's lots of extra costs that are associated with it. Yes, can Shopify be cheap for like $20 a month? Sure. But there's all the different marketing expenses. There are courses and upsells that do come afterwards, as you would kind of imagine from something like this. But ultimately, e-commerce and dropshipping is an extremely tough business model to get into now because it is extremely saturated. I mean, guys, the whole concept of dropshipping and e-commerce has been around since 2005, so we're literally talking 20 years. Imagine like saying something in 2005 that goes back to 1985. Like, that's the difference we're kind of talking about here in saturation. It's very hard, unlike the thing that I do, which is like I just pick these random markets where there's not a whole lot of competition, and I just go and rank the site, call it a day. Here you're having to compete with millions of people to try to sell the same product. I'm competing with 20 people locally, right? Huge difference. But I wanted to do some research and kind of update this for 2025. So when I went over to Reddit, I actually found this from just 7 days ago. So I used Adrian Morrison Shopify setup. Here's what I found. So this person just kind of went through their unfortunate experience and shared it. So I may just be venting, but I decided to try my hand at drop shipping and spent $97 on the premium page set up by Adrian Morrison AI. He thinks it was a mistake, and he was extremely interested in starting a dropshipping website with the tons of ads that he saw in the YouTube video, and he opted in to try this stuff. So he fell for the upsell, which was the $97 premium upgrade. He says that, they start with ready-made products loaded through ZenDrop. Most of them look cool, but nothing he couldn't have found himself. He was unhappy with the template, and that's the other thing, right, is when AI builds something, it's largely templated. It's going to look cookie cutter, and when you don't have unique design, that's when sites are largely going to fail. And that's just the truth of the matter. So it creates a template with a footer of 1-year money-back guarantee, terms of service tab, error page refund policy leads to nowhere, another footer that says enter an email to stay, to stay in the loop, I'm assuming is what he meant, and then become an insider. So basically, there's no way to really, track anything down. With a premium account, you get access to the course he offers. You get a login for the website, but there's nothing that actually helps you. But guess what? More upsells. The other things that don't mention in the videos are how to add payment methods to your dropshipping business name, phone number, all this stuff. And so basically he's just really disappointed that he fell for and I'll admit, a good ad. He's got the marketing point down. That's where a lot of these gurus are actually successful. They're not necessarily as successful in the business of dropshipping as they're successful in the business of making others think that they know the answers. And then when they think that they're the person to go to for the answers, they make a whole bunch of money because they're just charging for the courses. And that's essentially what's happened here. I mean, it's kind of like that meme that's been circulating on TikTok and Instagram. It's like same shit, different day. But that's a thing with these gurus. I mean, he's made a cheaper entry point to get people locked in instead of charging $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 for programs. Instead, gets them in, gets them hooked, and then it's easier upsells after that. And then recurring sales because of the Shopify subscriptions. People look at $20 a month and they're just like, oh, well, I can keep that. And then he just stacks it. There's just not a whole lot of value that's, presented, unfortunately. Sorry, that's my dog playing with one of his toys. If you go over to the BBB, there's 2 reviews only. Unfortunately, this is from Ecom Success Academy. I couldn't really find anything on his new stuff, but these reviews are a little over a year old at this point. But they're talking about the, let's see, what was it? The 5K program here, another webinar over here. So it's the same kind of stuff, right? Not rated, 1-star reviews. It's unfortunate. I wish there was a better update for 2025, but there's just not. It's the same story. Make a crazy good ad that gets a lot of people's attention, say that you're going to do a lot of free work for them, and that, imply that they're going to make a lot of money, and then they get in and it's just a major letdown. You're never actually really talking to him. It's going to be very hard. You'll have to pay all sorts of money to even, see him in person at events and whatnot. The most you're probably going to see of him is his social media, his YouTube channel. Good luck getting coached, for $97 a month. It just is what it is. Dropshipping is extremely saturated, has been for a while. There is nothing new under the sun. That said, I talked about my business model in the beginning. If you guys are interested, go and check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those down in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.